So you're considering potentially moving to the greater area of Memphis, but you want to live in the best suburbs possible. Maybe you don't live in the state, maybe you live in another area. My goal today is to walk you through the 4 best suburbs based off of lots of different data points that you should actually consider. And I'm going to go through each one, the populations, and what's good and what's maybe not so good about each one of them. My name is Garth Ward, and I've been a real estate agent for 11 years. I've helped over $1 billion worth of real estate get traded in my career. And if you're interested in reaching out and having me help you through the process of buying a home, just reach out. My number is 253-737-8018. You can find information to reach out to me in the description below. That being said, let's get straight into the video. Number 1 on the list in Memphis, and the best suburb is actually in Germantown, at least according to the list of niche.com. When you take into account overall, it gets an A+. If you look at the map at the top here, you'll see where Germantown actually sits, and that's just to the east of Memphis, in between East Memphis and Collierville. The total niche grade is given because of pretty good public schools, pretty good housing, good for families, not ridiculously bad crime or diversity, and a reasonable nightlife. When you walk through, we're also looking at approximately 41,000 people living in Germantown, and the average home value sits just over $400,000, and most people actually own their homes, which changes things fairly precipitously. When you look at the entire state of Tennessee, Germantown ranks as number 4 best places to retire, number 6 best suburbs as a whole, and number 7 best place to live. When you're looking at Germantown, you think primarily about people who have had generational wealth. There's very large homes, there's amazing new shopping centers at Saddlebrook, and there's Apple, Lululemon, all the different shopping experiences that you would look for. And it's going to have everything that you want, but most of the homes are going to be on the older side. There is a geographic restriction, which means there's really not a lot of new construction homes, and all of the newer construction is going to be in another city called Collierville. Getting into the second most desirable place to live in the greater Memphis area as far as suburbs go, according to niche.com, we see Collierville. It gets a total grade of A, and it resides just to the east of Germantown if you see it here on a map. It also has fairly good schools, good housing. It is great for families. It does get a bump up in the diversity category, but this crime and safety does see a small lowering, and that's because there are a couple small areas in Collierville that you would want to avoid. By the way, if you like this list and you're interested in more things about potentially moving to the greater Memphis area, please reach out to me. You can send me a text or a call at 253-737-8018. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Now, as I continue down the list of facts of Collierville, we have about 10,000 more people living in Collierville than Germantown. So we have over 51,000 people living there with an average home price of $400 and approximately $10. So the price is slightly higher on an average basis or median basis. Most of that is because of the new construction driving prices up in Collierville. If you look at the established homes around Germantown and Collierville, Germantown will most likely be commanding higher values in older homes comparatively. The difference here is there isn't the new construction component in Germantown. When we go down to the overall, across the entire state of Tennessee, Collierville ranks number 8 best places to live in Tennessee. It also rates number 9 according to young professionals because of its closeness to Memphis and its quality of life. And it also rates as number 10 in all of Tennessee for best places to raise a family. So let's all hop in to the number 3 suburb of Memphis. Into the third most desirable suburb to live in Memphis, we have Lakeland. And I actually think personally that the ranking of number 3 is not the right position for this city. I personally chose it when I moved from across the country to the greater area of Memphis, and there's a few reasons why. Number 1, the overall grade is an A-, but I think the grading isn't exactly fair. It doesn't account for the fact that crime and safety is substantially higher than all of the other surrounding cities, and it gives the public school rating a B when there was just a brand new preparatory academy created, and it is among one of the highest preparatory academies across the entire state of Tennessee, and that grade has not been accounted for yet. So if schools are important to you, keep Lakeland in your radar. The biggest detracting factor of Lakeland is commute times, because it is a little bit longer to get into the city, and nightlife. There really isn't a lot to do if you're trying to do stuff at night. That's not something that you're really going to end up doing because things are a little bit of a distance away. Now, there is a smaller feel in Lakeland. It's a smaller geographic area, and there is just under 14,000 people living here, and the average or median price is $350,000 for homes. Again, just like Collierville, we have a ton of new construction properties and almost new construction properties in Lakeland coming up and being built and have just been built that are going to raise that median price fairly high comparative to the rest of the market center because of how much product is coming. Very few cities have the amount of product coming here, except for the fourth one on the list we're going to get to here in a moment. The last things to remember is this is also ranked number 16 in all of Tennessee for best places to raise a family. It's also number 16 for the best suburbs to raise a family. And it is overall number 18 for the best suburbs to live in all of Tennessee. So let's hop into the fourth most desirable area, which is effectively the same city as Lakeland. I'll tell you why. So hopping straight into Arlington, which is the number 4 on our list that you should consider. And it is, you'll see on the map, directly next to Lakeland. Personally, I live in Lakeland, but I even have an Arlington zip code because it is so close to Arlington. Everything about these two cities are effectively the same. You're going to have similar prices, similar population, similar commute times. The differences are the established schools of Arlington that have been around a lot longer and the brand new school that Lakeland just planted. Alongside that, the commute times, the nightlife, and all of that are fairly, very similar. The biggest increase that you're going to get in Arlington is the small town community feel. That's going to be the amphitheater, the parks, this small downtown that actually has stores that are general stores that have been here for more than 100 years, and a lot of different parades and gatherings that happen for live music that just don't happen in Lakeland. But if you are in Lakeland and you want the access to the school and the brand new schools of that and to be slightly closer to Memphis, there's nothing stopping you from still enjoying all that Arlington has to offer. But let's hop into some of the basics. The population, again, is just like Lakeland, is just over 14,000 people. The real estate is sitting at a $338,000 median. Of course, we do expect that to rise fairly higher because of the new construction. These are the areas that are building out currently. Collierville is building out, Lakeland is building out, and Arlington is building out. Collierville is close to its max outside of increasing of zoning, and they're finding pockets instead of large neighborhoods. Arlington and Lakeland, on the other hand, are still able to place fairly large neighborhoods of new construction properties, meaning that if an open floor plan or modern finishes is something that's on your list, these are the cities that I would personally focus on. Getting into the overall in Tennessee, this Arlington ranks 17th in best places to raise your family, which is just behind Lakeland, and it is also 17th for best places to raise a family in suburbs. And overall, in all of Tennessee, this is ranked as number 25 best suburbs to live. So it's definitely something to keep on your radar. If you've been seriously considering a move to greater area Memphis or anywhere in Tennessee, please reach out to me. I'm happy to provide you all the resources you could possibly need. Shoot me a comment in this comment section below. I will get to every single one of your questions, comments, or concerns, and I look forward to bringing you more content just like this.